Watch they grow as he fly. See my struggle in his eye. It don't want me, yes I know. 5 more miles for me to go. That two-pain money, the deep time. The sun comes up, I'm going down. They tell me I'm free, but I just don't know. 5 more miles for me to go. 5 more miles for me to go. I'm gonna tell you what, on this road that filled up with sorrow, I'm gonna tell you what, ain't never enough. They call me Joe Christmas, that's my name. I got this river running through my veins. That light in August, the show do glow. 5 more miles for me to go. I know this life, the show is hard. All I can do is play my cards. Keep saying I'm free, but I just don't know. 5 more miles for me to go. 5 more miles for me to go. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here in San Antonio on Texas Independence Day. She was headed down to Texas. That's the land that I love. It's the only place I'm ever thinking of. I wanna cry, darling. Ooh, I wanna cry and cry for you, darling. Them 5 white cranes was falling as the sun comes down. Painted such a pretty color on this lonesome town. I wanna cry, darling. Ooh, I wanna cry and cry for you, darling. I was wearing myself thin. It done gave me the feeling that I do me, yeah. Yes, I wanna cry, darling. Ooh, I wanna cry and cry and cry. you love somebody enough, you'll follow wherever they go. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. If you need somebody enough, you'll go where your heart wants to go. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. I know if you've seen her, you tell me, 'cause you are my friend. I've got to find her and find out the trouble she's in. If you tell me that she ain't here, I'll just follow a trail of her tears. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. She used to get mad and she'd say she'd come back to Memphis someday. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. I haven't eaten a bite or slept for 3 days and nights. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. I've got to find her and tell her that I love her so. I just can't rest till I find out why she had to go. Thank you for your precious time. Forgive me if I start to cry. That's how I got to Memphis. 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 To Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. Wrote this next one here with my good friend, Mr. Evan Felker, the Turnpike Troubadours. This one's called Borrowed Time. Tell the truth, shame the devil. He gon' fool you if he can. I'm telling you, it's gonna be double. Better leave this gambling man. You've tired, mama, I've lied and lied. And no matter what you do, I just can't be satisfied. I want to be free, that's my only crime. Loving you on borrowed time. Loving you on borrowed time. You can't stop what's already coming. I thought you know by now. Can't you see it's sure to be trouble? You know what I'm talking about. You tied, mama, I've lied and lied. And no matter what you do, I just can't be satisfied. I want to be free, that's my only crime. Loving you on borrowed time. Loving you on borrowed time. Et toi? Well, this game don't mean nothing. We're just rolling in the tide. I guess it's true that I've been struggling. I never leave this old world alive. You tied, mama, on borrowed time. I'm loving you on borrowed time. Thank you so much. Hello, Maybelle, how you doing? It's just old Virgil stopping by. I come to tell you how much I need you, and if I lost you, believe I'd die. She say, boy, you so got time in. I have a new man, and he just come in. I can't help you with your problem, and don't you come round here again. I've been wandering and not gone farther across that valley, so I didn't deep. I want to tell you what it told me. Show me you're the one for me. She said, boy, you must be crazy. Don't you know how long you been gone? While you was out there tasting nothing, I done got busy moving on. She so did too, just like this. She was a whole lot better than that. I'll be going. There's just one thing you should know. You grow tired of the boy you loving. You look for me, but I'll be gone.
Got a pretty interesting backstory relating to you playing music, before you released records. For the people learning about you for the first time, can you talk about the years you spent busking and kind of playing on the street, and how that informed decisions you made later on when you're actually, recording music and touring and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, everything I do is based out of what I learned on the street. Everything, my playing especially. Kind of how the music that I play.
Sure.
That's just, my mama got me a Hohner guitar out of a pawn shop when I was 17 years old. And I wasn't really any good at that time. I remember I was messing around on that guitar, and I asked my mama, I said, Mama, am I any good at this guitar? And she said, well, son, when you play, people will listen to you. And she wouldn't lie to me, but I think she knew I had something to say. I had something that I needed to get out. And so being rough around the edges, getting out and hoboing around, that was my ticket.
Sure.
And so I guess learning to stand behind a guitar on the streets of New Orleans, New York City, San Francisco, overseas and all that. I signed my first record deal never having played on a legitimate stage in an official show, not one time.
It was like a major label or something, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I was discovered on the R train playing in the subways with the street crew, and we would go car to car, play these little 2-minute songs, collect the money, and when the doors open, run to the next car at the station and go to the next deal. And so quite literally everything from how I talk to audiences, learn to collect money, learn to ask for money, play the songs that work, throw the ones out that don't.
Yeah.
That's how, the streets what got me into honky-tonk music, got me into blues, got me into traditional jazz,
cool.
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Everything I did on the street is the same now. I just got a bigger team, and it's slightly more political.
Fair enough.
One of the reasons I started wearing these old suits and all of that was so that tourists and people listening to me would take me more seriously, because, when the better dressed you are, the more serious other people take you. Sure. And more importantly, the more serious you take yourself. And so I think I became more professional and took myself more seriously and learned more and more about, being Charley Crockett and willing to, to sell what I had to offer musically to people.
Awesome. Cool. So one of the first things that struck me about your music is how seamlessly you can weave all these different types of American roots music together, but it still just sounds like you. You know what I mean? And I just you kind of talked about it a little bit, but can you talk a little bit about, the whole interconnectedness between all the different genres of roots music and how they all just they all come from the same place, basically. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just the truth. You see, so in middle school and high school, I'm a millennial. I'm a man of my generation. And hip hop was what influenced me. I was freestyling and rapping in school because that's what we did, in sports and just among young men in Texas back in the 90s and the early 2000s, all kind of stuff. We were really getting around to, the chopped and screwed kind of remixed street kind of bootleg stuff that people were doing, and that was the order of the day. So that's really where I learned how to improvise. That was where I learned how to kind of sing. Mm-hmm. I learned my rhythm, my meter, and so that's where I got started. But on the street, that's when I got it. When I learned about traditional music from other traveling artists, street kids, and I think how I look at it is, popular music is the commercialization of traditional and sacred music out of the hills, music out of the church, music from the old countries that we all come from, from Europe and Africa and all these places. And all that music was brought with the people to America. And, at the end of the day, the music that we're copywriting and owning is all built on tradition, and so it's like when people talk about country music, there's a lot of opinions that people have about that, but country music to me would be the roots of American music, and that paints a broad picture.
I agree.
But the way that I feel about it in general is that in popular music, in the modern times, mm-hmm. whether that was something fresh, Hank Williams or Lightning Hopkins was doing, or Bill Withers or Willie Nelson or any of these people.
Sure.
I think the really great music is usually a combination of somebody doing something fresh, mm-hmm. but bringing tradition back to the front, and whether it's hip hop or country music.
Yeah. Well, you do that well.
Well, there's an Austin. They call me the stylistic chameleon. Maybe I even look like one.
I hear you. You kind of remind me a little bit. Different execution, but I feel like Doug Solom from San Antonio kind of did the same thing. He was able to just kind of work between all these genres, but it still was him. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, he sure did. Yeah. I love all that type of music. I would be on the street in New Orleans. I might be with a full-size brass band for 2 hours. Uh-huh. Then I might be playing, with a saxophone player and a snare drum in front of Cafe Du Monde in the afternoon. Yep. And then down at night, I might be, trying to push my way on stage with a house blues band. Sure. And then after I get thrown off that stage, which I got thrown off a lot of stages, I did, and which taught me a lot. Then I might be out on the street with a dude playing, out of a suitcase and a clarinet, or whatever, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's how. Being around all that type of music, I just think it's also the era that we live in, because if you look at music, think about it. 50 years ago, mm-hmm. we didn't live in a society where you might grow up and be influenced equally by Bill Withers and Hank Williams. Yeah. But this our generation that we're in, and I see that about a lot of people my age and younger than us, especially what I notice most about young folks. Uh-huh. Is that they're into every kind of music. Yeah. Every kind of music. You don't find people that just listen to alternative or blues or psychedelic or whatever. People really listen. You find people really listening to everything. So I think it's a sign of my times.
They say the third time's a charm. I have to say, I think they're right. This is Garrett T. Caps, and I'm here to let you know that the Lonesome Lounge Sessions are back. Season numero 3, presented by Lone Star Beer, premieres on the World Wide Web, January 25th, 2021. The finest live music and mid-century modern furniture, all in one place. Watch more at tpr.org.
You go, but your kind of loving, it's so hard to hold. It seems you and I been losing touch, and that's why you're leaving, honey. Lots of luck, Bill, lots of luck, and a big goodbye. And you can't say that I didn't try. It well may be that I tried too much, and that's why you're leaving, honey. Lots of luck. Come on now, take it home now. Combination is so hard to find, 'cause money don't always walk with love, but you can go looking, honey. Lots of luck, well, lots of luck, and a big goodbye. And you can't say I didn't try. It well may be that I tried too much, and that's why you're leaving, honey. Lots of luck. Why don't you leave me, honey? Lots of love. Well, it's always a good night to play a little Ernest Tubb, isn't it? Let's play another country classic. Everybody's gone away. Believe they gone this time to stay. They said this town's a waste of time. I guess they're right, it's wasting mine. Some call it a freight, some call it a plane. Find the sunshine, leave the rain. I'd love to try and settle down, but everybody's leaving town. Some got to win, some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Good time Charlie's got the blues. You know my heart keeps telling me you're not a kid at 33. You play around, you'll lose your wife. You play too long, you'll lose your life. I got these pills to ease the pain. Won't do a thing to ease the rain. I'd love to try and settle down, but everybody's leaving town. Some got to win, some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Good time Charlie's got the blues. I want to thank Texas Public Radio for coming out and hanging with us. What a beautiful honky-tonk the Lonesome Rose is. Don't y'all agree? Don't stop now, fellas. You ain't on break. Play something. Now, darling, I am not afraid to love you. I am not afraid. And sugar, honey pie, ain't gonna hurt you or let you down. Oh, I know I've got to be stronger. Oh, little girl, I will never do you wrong. Baby, just tell me you need me, and I will be better for having you by my side. There's one other thing you can do for me. Just before you go, look into my eyes to see this love, so that you'll always know. And darling, sugar pie ain't gonna hurt you or let you down. And baby, I am not afraid to love you. I am not afraid. Never do you wrong. So baby, just tell me you need me. I'm sure to be stronger for having you by my side. And darling, I am not afraid to, unafraid to love you. I am not afraid, I am not afraid. Said I am not afraid, I am not afraid, I am not afraid. Come on, boys, don't stop now. She just caught the Jamestown Fairy. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gold was all she carried, and she got on the Jamestown Fairy, and she said that gold was all she'd ever be. I didn't think that she'd need me after saying how much she need me, but the fact still remains, I'm sitting here all alone, missing the loving of my baby. Lord, it's about to drive me crazy. She was the sweetest piece of ever I've ever known. She just caught the Jamestown Fairy. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gold was all she carried, and she got on the Jamestown Fairy, and she said that gold was all she'd ever be. As I walk through that valley of honky-tonks and bars, I remember how I said, hold me, comfort me with talk. She didn't cuss with every breath. She had a soothing southern drawl, made me feel like a man through it all. Oh boy, she just caught the Jamestown Fairy. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. Trinity River, such a dirty little river, but that don't bother me. Dirty little river sort of give me clean. Trinity River, and it flows because I cry, so to keep me honest when everybody telling lies. The damn scent of evening hung everywhere. Gamblers turn their cards, banking on that whiskey hall. The damn scent of evening flows all through my head. I had the sweetest dream I was floating in the river there, Trinity River, such a dirty little river. That don't bother me, dirty little river sort of give me clean. Trinity River, and it flow because I cry. So to keep you honest, even when you're telling lies. In this river city, nothing ever lasts beside the lonesome blues, staring back at you. In this river city, of one thing you can be sure: whatever you got to give, believe me, you gon' give some more. Trinity River, such a dirty little river, but that don't bother me. Dirty little river sort of give me clean. Trinity River, and it flows because I cry. So to keep me honest when everybody telling lies. Trinity River, muddy water rising up. Trinity River could never drive me fast enough. Trinity River, and it flows because I cry. So to keep me honest when everybody telling lies.
This trio of Texas sweethearts are the real deal. You're going to love the sweet sounds of Big Cedar Fever. Real Cedar Fever? No bueno. Big Cedar Fever? Bueno.